as the topic says, talk to your data using a conversational AI approach. Uh, so to begin with, who are we? We are part of the iLink family. iLink family is a large family. It is a conglomerate of multiple organizations and SBUs. They have a strength and capabilities across the technology spectrum, as you can see. I am part of Purple Slate, the organization which is on the left side on this graph. So let me take you through what Purple Slate does. So before that, my name is Bharat. I lead the growth initiatives at Purple Slate. I am responsible for brand, product marketing, the demand gen, revenue, and customer success. I have over 15 years of experience in sales and marketing, both in the B2B and B2C industries. I have a passion to work for brands which make customers healthy and happy. I've worked in the holiday industry, I've worked in the sports retail industry, I've worked in the entertainment and media industry, and today I'm working in a technology organization where we, make solutions to make people's life easier. I love to travel, read, and watch content to learn about life. And I think the mundane inspires fiction and fiction inspires innovation. Okay, so Purple Slate, as I told you, we are a conversational AI startup. Okay, we believe conversational AI is the next big thing, or probably is the next big thing already. So to give you a perspective, let's begin with what conversational AI is. Conversational AI, simply put, is the application of modern technologies which primarily use language as an interface, whether it is in the voice or in the text format. Using language as an interface is what conversational AI is all about. Now, you see, conversational AI, imagine the change in technology and the evolution in the type of interfaces. We moved from a graphical interface to a point and click interface, and today we have a touchscreen interface. What we strongly believe is tomorrow we will be using voice and text to manage our interfaces, and the point and click kind of interface will slowly phase out. Now, coming to the topic of discussion, this is a stat I came across. Okay, a typical information worker in any organization spends about 30% of his or her time just looking for information, just trying to find out what is where and trying to collate between different data sets which are stuck in different silos and trying to gather something which will help decision making. That is the importance of the topic that we are trying to discuss today. 30% of the time people invest in looking for information. And we all know today traditional BI tools have come extremely handy for all of us to access information or access, do data analytics and so on, get our intelligence for us. But are they truly helping us the way we need? Here is a good graph which we picked from the HBR, and this clearly says average waiting time for booking an Uber today is about 2 to 3 minutes. The world's longest flight takes about 18 hours, and even a door-to-door delivery between UK and USA takes only about 48 hours. But I'm sure most of you who work with data day to day understand that there are specific information that we try to gather from our data set, which take almost 4 to 5 business days. There are times where data analysts struggle to put together multiple data pieces together and get the right information for us. And it may cross beyond 5 days also at times. So why is there this disparity? Why should we agree to such a disparity when all the other aspects in our life have started moving ahead? We are getting things much faster today. So this calls for a new or alternate thinking in the way we want to visualize our information gathering or even our BI tools. So I think today's information needs are for a platform that delivers trustworthy insights across user persona and faster than ever before at scale on data that makes sense. Now, let me try to break this long sentence into context and probably smaller keywords for us to understand. Trustworthy insights. We need to be sure our tool is able to get us the right insights the way we ask and in the format that we need. Secondly, this tool or a platform should be able to attend to the needs of data access for people across the spectrum in the organization, even if it's a frontline worker or if it is a manager handling a team, or it could be a executive handling a region. Irrespective of what role that you're in, you should be able to access that data seamlessly, and it should be a single platform for all of us to access the data. And needless to say, we just spoke a few slides ago about the importance of getting our information faster and at scale. Today, the amount of information that every enterprise starts capturing is growing and growing, and big data is exploding today. And our platforms and the analytical tools that we build should be able to access all this information and still give you some information on the data that actually makes sense for you in your day-to-day work, which is exactly what we are looking for today in a new world for a new analytical platform. So let me quickly try to cover the external factors that are truly influencing revised thinking in the way we look at an analytical tool or a BI platform. Okay, there is ever increasing data sets, volume, and analytical tools. There are multiple data that are growing for each organization. The volume is rising, it's nowhere going down, and the number of analytical tools for each of our needs are also going up. This kind of explosion in the availability of data or the tools to analyze is actually making the end users struggle to get access to the quality data that actually makes a difference to them. And we all agree we are part of the new search generation or the Bing generation or the Google generation. So there is an increasing demand for all of us by nature to get our information momentarily. We want all our information to reach us that minute. We cannot afford to wait for 4 or 5 days to get any information from our data. And there is a poor visibility into the granular data. Okay, we may be able to, we are not completely equipped. The today's tools are they completely equipped to give us information on the granular data, or as we call it, the unknown unknowns? Is that data actually telling us what actually we need to look for? And the fragmented BI tools that I spoke about a moment ago is actually increasing the operational cost for any organization. There's a separate tool for probably, building the data table, another tool for the analytics, another tool for the visualization. Each tool may be strong in one, that may not be strong in the other. And multiple these more and more of addition of tools and more of implementation of new analytical projects is not actually adding to the bottom line in today's world. These are few external observations that we have about the analytics space in the enterprises today. Further, we all have questions of more and more, like, I need to know now. I want this information now. I just spoke about our changing habits. We are a search generation today. We want that information now, and most of us are looking for certain data or information only to address that pressing question in our head at that moment. So here are a few thoughts, few questions. Okay, like if I had an organization, what are the pages do users spend most of the time on in my website? Okay, and which channel do customers in the age group of 20 to 30, 21 to 30 use to connect with my call center? What are the sales for the second quarter of last year? How many new users did we add in the city X? How is COVID count trending in Sacramento? How many tickets were raised in my customer service portal last month? I don't know how many customers are probably, I want to know how many customers are using my mobile app right now. These are the kind of questions that probably we seek answers for, and that's when we go looking for such data and information. And with all of this, the changing habits, how we access, information or services or business, how technology is influencing us, has created some certain new set of needs for us in today's world. Here are a few thoughts. We want answers and insights from large volume of data. Today, it's no longer about, difficulty in capturing data. I think we have evolved quite well in terms of capturing and storing information, storing data. So we want answers from all this data, and we want insights from this. As I said, we need the answers at this moment, not after a few days or a few weeks. And accessing data should be extremely simple when it comes to a user interface. It should be like how we use a popular search engine. If I want to get any information, how's the weather, what's the score, I quickly go to my search engine and ask for it. Similarly, why shouldn't I ask for that in my enterprise data? What was my sale yesterday? It should be a simple, easy to use interface. And further, I should be able to explore further about what is available, what kind of insights are there in my data. I should be able to collaborate with my team, and my team should also be able to access the same data that I access, and we should be able to take actions. And all of this, we want to do it in one tool. We do not want to add few more tools for catering to all of these needs. Yet the tool should be, tool should be able to match the growing scale of the organization. It should be agile. It should adapt to the needs of the growing organization. These are the modern day needs of any organization today looking for an analytical solution. Okay, now that said, how do we make enterprise data available easily for everyone's use? Today, though we have enough data sets, databases, and enough data being captured, is it actually being used across the spectrum of our organization? No, not really. The difficulty in which people have to access such data is quite, challenging today. Okay, let me give you a context on this perspective. First, let me begin with the rise of conversational AI solutions per se, before we move into how this has influenced, the BI or business intelligence tool or analytical tool today. Today, the rise of conversational AI solution has been behind these pillars. Can any solution, can it talk to me? Can I text to it? Will it be able to chat with me? So here the expectation and the need of the customer using a certain technology is different interfacing modes, whether it is in voice or text. They should be able to connect with the tool. Further, can it understand what we speak? Conversational AI is just not about using voice and text, but it's about the software trying to understand the language that we speak, not the language what the computer probably understands. The computer should be able to understand the natural language that we speak. So a strength of a good conversational AI solution is how good is the language understanding. Further, it should be able to learn continuously basis the kind of models that we build, in terms of the language we use, in terms of the dialects we speak. The language platform should be able to adapt, it should be able to learn, it should be able to mature continuously. Further, does it know the difference between what information is, what data is, how to reach out to it, how to take, how to gather all of this and present? And can it give me usable information that can help me take decisive actions after that? That is what strongly defines, the conversational AI solution that will definitely make an impact in today's enterprise situation. So let's understand how the information systems have evolved over time. Okay, back in probably in the early 90s, the information access was through mainframe computers, and then we went to static reports, which took about weeks to be made. Then came the onset of spreadsheets, from where we took days to collate data, analyze. Then came the business intelligence tools and dashboards, where we still take hours to access information. Now today, the movement is towards conversational insights, where we are saying you should be able to access your required information at that moment through a simple conversation. Let's also try to understand how we as humans try to seek out information. What is that actual process that we go through before we actually seek out a certain information? First, we get a moment, a bulb goes up in our head saying, hey, what is happening in this territory? Why are the sales picking up, or why are the sales not picking up? So we need an answer at that moment to satisfy that doubt in our head. So we come up with an I need to know now moment in our head. Next, we go ask that question, try to fetch information, fetch answers for that question. Now, once that question gets answered, let's say, okay, in this territory, there has been, a sale that's happening, there's been a discount that's applied, hence the volumes have, started growing. Okay, what else might be of interest after I know that information? Probably a follow-up question. Okay, what has been the average discount that we applied, and probably what has been the growth over, a full price sale in terms of volumes? This could be a trigger of a follow-up question from that information that I get. And thirdly, what do I do next? Once I gather all this information, maybe I want to apply that learning to some other territory where my volumes are running down and probably help my revenues get boosted. This exactly is how the process of gathering information happens in our head. And I think our business intelligence tools should also reflect this kind of thinking process that we go through. So typically how we get our answers for our information today. Let's say I have an information need. The user has an information need. So why is the volumes going up in this particular territory? I ask a trusted resource. A trusted source could be my data analyst, or could be my regional sales manager of that territory. I ask them, they give me an answer. And further, I have more questions. And again, I ask my trusted source. Give me answers further. And this goes in a loop till all my questions are answered. Once the loop is complete, I take an action, I share that information with others, and I also make a decision. This is the overall flow in which we go through to make a decision, or an informed decision, or a data-driven decision today. Now, let's look at the analytics world of today. Okay. Now I want to know, why is the volume rising why is the products volume of my products rising in a particular territory? But today, what happens when I ask such a question? I am truly being killed by the number of metrics that come. Mind-numbing charts, data, numbers. I am not to fetch this particular answer. Why is there growth in volumes in a particular territory? Why should I go through so much information in a dashboard before I get the answer for my questions? That is actually how today's analytical world is. And the information access is still too technical. If I have to do further analysis, I may have to depend on somebody technical who will be able to write a query language, fetch the data, build a spreadsheet, then probably build a report and dashboard for me. If I am somebody who is agnostic or not very fluent with technical way of working or writing an SQL query, does that mean I don't get access to the data that is available? True, that is how it is happening. We are dependent on an elite few people to fetch data for us. The people are also, getting more and more loaded with the workload today to try to get information for different SBUs, leaders, frontline people. That's the struggle even data analysts are going through today. In all of this, imagine I wanted an information for a simple question. Why is the volume rising for my products in a particular territory? And going through the dashboards, trying to build these dashboards, trying to reach out who the exact person having access to this data in a big enterprise, all of this is only adding to delays. So this is causing painful delays for us. And this one, which we have highlighted here, probably at times takes days and months in few organizations before you get access to the right information. And hence, imagine the time delay in decision making, and hence time delay in the lost opportunity cost. Again, the modern information access challenge is just not about data capture and store. I raised this even a few minutes ago. It is about, see, today we have evolved as in the technology space to capture data quite easily and store them at most economical and optimized cost. But the challenge today is about making this data available and making this data available at the time of my need. And I should be able to access and get information at a speed that I want. That part is truly a challenge today. Further, there are two aspects in data access or information access. I would like to classify them or define them as two things: findability and discoverability. Findability is about simply locating the known data and probably getting the information and knowledge from it. But getting an discoverability aspect, how easy it is for someone getting further information without explicitly, seeking for it. Now look at it this way. I asked for why volumes are going up. I get it that, okay, there is a drop in, the MRP, and hence there is a discount applied, because of which there is growth in volumes. Okay. Okay, then do I know how much has been the growth over the last month because of this discount? Now, this is something I should be able to easily access. The first one was about findability. The second one was about discoverability. These are two critical aspects in information access today. Let me give you an example for these again. What was the revenue last quarter? That's a simple question asked. That is findability. It was $1 million. But the discoverability aspect is when out of this $1 million, 72% came from product A and B. And the region West has contributed only 1% of this total 1 million. These are all questions I should be able to get seamlessly from the same tool, irrespective of me trying to fetch for this information. That is a demand people have today in terms of, you remember the graph I told you about how we think. We try to fetch and ask, find information for a question we have, and then we have follow-up questions. So these kind of things add up, insights that we don't ask for, unknowns. These are things that we need to be able to access. Again, further things like, what was the COVID count today? It was probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 70% was from South, 42% is from just five cities. Information like this: how many people visited my website? 100K page views, but 90% of the hits were only for the home page. They did not move beyond the home page. Information like this is what we are actually asking for when we ask simple questions like, how many visits, and hence which are the pages that they went for, such kind of things. So the goal of any good information system should be to promote discoverability as much as they promote findability. So both of this should be able to go hand in hand in today's modern demand for an information system. Or the information system or an analytical tool should be able to produce more of that's interesting moments. Okay, just not about, oh, this is what we are able to give you. I should be able to create moments. Oh, I didn't know about that. Oh, that's very interesting to know. I should be able to create such kind of moments, or the analytical tool should be able to create that kind of moments for us when we seek out information. Okay, now that we have tried to set context of what is the expectation from today, changing needs, changing habits. In such a scenario, what is the expectation from a good analytical tool or a business intelligence platform? How do we achieve that? When your users have momentary questions on your data, please do not bombard them with large reports, complicated dashboards, or an array of metrics. That is not what exactly they are looking for. They want pointed answers, answering the question that is lingering in their mind. And it should be appended with smart insights, which through discoverability for the questions that they've asked. That is exactly, they want pointed, straightforward answers. And that is what we will try to achieve. That is how the business analytical tools will evolve in the coming days. So the way we want to tell you is, why don't you let your employees or your information seekers just ask for the information? Why should they go around building dashboards, fetching, writing SQL queries, building dashboards, building charts? That's not required. Why don't we just ask them to, why don't we just have them to just ask? Make it simple for them. And they should be able to ask in the language they speak. Okay. I'm giving you an example here. If somebody says, what is the incurred claim ratio on the travel protect plan introduced in 2016 in the state of Texas? Show me the usage of on mobile platforms. What frame rail options do we use in Model T in the second half of 2018? Can you show me the pets treated for influenza and prescribed prednisolone in the western region of the last quarter? How many incidents did we have last month for customer John Doe that was severity high, that had a TAT of more than 2 days? These are the exact questions we seek out information for on a day-to-day basis. And Gartner predicts that in the coming days, 50% of all the queries that we have for our analytical requirement will be done through a search, natural language processing, through a voice or text format, and it will be automatically generated. That is what Gartner is predicting. Here is an example. Let's say I have this question in my head. Which region is doing well in my product XYZ? Okay. Do I need an answer like this where I have to go find a needle in the haystack to get that answer? Or do I need a pointed answer like this? Let's say which region is doing well in electronics? And the answer comes, it is the West region with the sales of $3.2 million in the last quarter. Hey, and you know what? Here is the trend for the last 6 months and it is trending up. And it also shows a small chart of the trend. This is exactly how we need information today. Just because we capture a lot of data doesn't mean we need to bombard a user with so much information when he or she has a requirement of only one single question to be answered. So how do we reimagine this? Modern enterprises to digital native users, the Gen Z people who have been born in after 2000 have started entering the workforce. They grew up in an internet driven world. If it's such digital native users joining workforce, what should be the kind of data tool that an AI first generation demands? How do we visualize this? Here is where we want to introduce our product, Kia. A simple, beautiful, talk to your data kind of product. Talk to your data is a tagline we have for Kia. We should be able to seamlessly connect to our data and get information by simply asking the right questions. Here is an example. I just asked Kia for an insurance data, daily trend of policies by intermediary type in Idaho, the first quarter of 2020. And it gives me the entire information in a simple format. It shows me the trend. It shows me, the number of record counts. And it also tells me how many types of intermediaries are there. And it also gives me a contribution of different types of intermediaries. Agent, probably, direct, probably it could be web. These kind of intermediaries through which the policies are purchased. It's a simple, easy to understand, pointed answer for the question that we have. So what exactly is Kia? It's a proprietary platform of Purple Slate. It's a smart, knowledgeable virtual data analyst. It can mine millions of rows of data. It can provide answers and more in terms of insights in the language that you and I speak. That is what Kia is all about. In other words, you remember this graph? User had an information need, they ask a trusted source, get answers, and it goes in loops before it comes back for them to take action. We just replace this section with Kia. You have any information, any type of user, whatever persona that you have inside your organization, ask Kia the question that you have in your mind, and it will be able to provide you the right answers, pointed answers, and hence you can take the actions and take informed decisions from them. So, simply put, how do you turn this into a simple this? As I said, because we capture a lot of data does not necessarily mean we should bombard our users with so much charts and dashboards when they don't have the need for such kind of inputs. We should be able to convert information which is probably in this pattern into something which is simple and conversational. And it takes simple few steps to do that. That's the beauty of Kia. It's a no code, low code platform. You just train Kia on your enterprise data and you let the users ask questions to Kia. It is as simple as that. It is just not about building a tool and trying to make the backend as complicated. The backend is equally easy for you to have a simple no code setup. Train your, connect your data to Kia, train your data on Kia, and allow the users to ask questions so that Kia can answer that. And it's just not about, Excel sheets or, you can even connect to any kind of databases that you hold, whether it is a data warehouse, whether it is a data lake, whether it is Oracle, whether it is Mongo, wherever your data resides, Kia will be able to connect to your data source, and it will be able to provide answers to your employees and users. And you can also tune Kia how continuously it can learn. No longer with the static data. You want to have information access in real time. Kia is the right solution for you. You can update your data, whether it is in streams or micro batches or a single batch, or you want to update information on request, whichever is the update process, Kia will be able to get trained on it and get answers from your data, the latest current answers. You need not go and wait for a day for today's report to come the next day. And just not that, we give you multiple interfaces to connect with Kia. Okay, it could be a simple search bar called the question widget where you type the question and it provides an answer. Or you prefer the new social media style of a chat, having to converse with Kia and also probably include your friends and collaborate with your colleagues. There is a chat application. You want the information on the go? Yes, of course, it's available on the mobile app as well. So there are multiple ways in which Kia will be able to connect your data and get this information. Now that I've introduced what Kia is, these are the four pillars of the Kia's ecosystem. We have something called as a Kia Studio, where we onboard the data sources, create instances for each of these data sets, and share it with users. We also track what happens with that data set. And of course, the account management and billing and support capabilities are part of the Kia Studio. And the other three elements which I spoke to you about, multiple interfaces for you to go and connect with Kia. The Kia viewer, whether it's in the web format or a widget format, a simple search bar in which you can ask your questions. The Kia viewer is available on mobile. If you are somebody who wants access to your data at anywhere, whether you're at the airport or in a meeting, you're going to meet a customer at his place, you want information and access to your data, Kia Mobile is the option for you. You want to have a collaborative effort built for your team. Kia Chat is a solution for you. Depending on your need, there are various interfaces that you can use with Kia. As I told you, this is strongly powered by a low-code platform, low-code framework. Okay, we can build a white labeled application for you. Kia is the platform's name. In case you want to have this, application behind your firewalls on-prem, and you want to have it a different brand, look and feel for your organization, it is possible. But it will be working on Kia's platform beneath. It is omni-channel. As we showed you, you can access it on the web, you can access it on the mobile. You'll be able to ask questions to it through voice, any data source, any size. That is the beauty of Kia. Millions of rows it can mine. You can ask questions in simple English constructs. You need not write a complicated syntax, through an SQL query or something to get information. Ask simple English constructs, and you get a response, just not in text. It will show you. It can speak to you in voice. It can show visualization, and further, let's go back to the point on discoverability. It also gives you smarter insights and gives you a view of your granular data, and it can help you also integrate with your collaboration tools, actionable insights. I want this information shared, to my team over Google Chat. I want this to be shared over Microsoft Teams, or I want this connected to, erase this information in Notion. Everything is possible. And you want to build a data pipeline. It can access any kind of data pipeline, and it is secure by design with a strong data governance. The beauty about having a low code framework or a no code framework is, depending on the size and volume and complexity of your data sources, the time to market to start using Kia is anywhere between few minutes to few days. That is the strength of a low code framework that we have built. Again, the features are something that we just spoke, white labeled, omni-channel, any data source, anywhere it resides, any size. These are the features, strong features and standout points for Kia. So what does Kia bring in a summary? It brings you the simplest, conversational interface. It gives you the simplest conversational interface. It gives you the ability to ask questions in a language that you speak. It can respond in voice, visuals, and smart insights. And of course, it is secure and private by design. That exactly is what is required today in the modern day needs to allow everyone in the organization to talk to the data, talk to your data. And Kia is built on Azure, via Microsoft partners, and the speed services, the Cosmo DB, Azure Search, Lewis, Cloud Platform. It is all built on, Microsoft, technologies. These are a few of our happy customers with whom we have tried, tested, and built Kia through a cooperative development. This is Kia Search, a simple search bar. You can ask your questions here, and it will be able to give you the responses in a simple manner for you to consume. OK, now I have a retail sales set, sales data here. OK, so let me ask any question. So it is already asking me it's showing me the popular questions. It is showing me what kind of topics I can ask. And it's also showing me the recent questions that I've asked. OK, so let me probably take a recent question. Show me the profit from furniture in March of 2018. That's the question I ask from the data set. OK, so it says the profit is about $1,000. The average profit is about 26, and there are 38 orders. And in March of 2018, per day, it is also showing me what was the profit. I actually just wanted to know what was the profit from furniture, and it shows me average profit, discoverability. It also tells me how many orders were there, discoverability. The profit is findability, the direct answer to my question. It also shows me day-wise where I've done well. OK, it gives me a simple heat map to show which day I've done more, which day I've done less. That is the beauty of having a conversational insight solution for accessing your data. Let's say we ask another question. OK, I want to know what has been the sales in the first quarter of 2017. OK, this is the sales. That was a direct pointed answer. And it says your sales have dropped by 43.2%. And your average sales has been 246, and there has been about total 500 counts. A, B, C, three aspects for additional insights and discoverability. The straight answer, findability, is on the top. And further, a visualization to show the first quarter, a heat map day-wise to tell you how much I've done. On 6th of February 2017, the sales was 904. On 13th of March, it was 4791. You will be able to access all this information here You want more details in this data? Click the details here. You will be able to see the actual data set here. What's the customer name? What is ship mode? What segment? Which country? Which city? Any information that you want to access, you will be able to access it instantly. You want to download this, you can download it. Let's say you are in a rush. You want to make a presentation to your team members or your BU heads on what these data points are. Today's world, you go copy paste, take a screenshot, put it on a PPT or a keynote, and then try to present. Now, imagine if there is a solution for you to simply add all of this to a simple presentation where you will be able to access anytime with real-time updated data. Let me show you this how. We call this feature called the storyboard. Okay, here I am going to go to a storyboard and I'm going to add this. I'm going to add this to a storyline. Let me say the sales and profit story. That is the title of my storyboard. And for this particular information, I'm going to add saying that the sales have dropped in the first quarter of 2017. I add whatever my inputs are, and then I add this. Sorry. Okay, let's say sales profit story. And I'm adding this to that. Okay, so that it says the storyline is created. Now I want to add something more. Let's say I add about, which category has less sale in central region for June 2018. Okay, now it says this category. Now I want this information also added to my storyline. I already have built a board. Okay, less sales category in 2018. Okay. Okay, sorry. In 2018. And I'm adding this. Let's say I want to have one more information added. I will talk about, average profit in March of 2018. Okay. It says 62, there's growth of 300%. There are order quantities. I'm adding this also to the same storyboard. And I'm saying, okay, this is the average profit. And I'm adding this. Now I want to go for a meeting. This is already built. I go to my storyline. I see that this is there. I just say play my storyboard. I just go present my screen and just play the storyboard. All my information is already gathered here. And trust me, I built the storyboard today and I present it 2 days later. And if the data has, refreshed in those couple of days, this storyboard does not require for you to rebuild again. It will be able to give you the information from real time basis on the latest update of the data. So here is slide 1, sales for first quarter. I can present, I want to add more information, I can talk about it. Second, third, and you can simply download this and share this as well with whoever that you want. That is the simplicity in which you should be able to access information, share information, and collaborate your information with. That is the beauty of Kia. Now let's try something else. Let me try and see. Okay, this is how the data looks. I'm going to see if there are any other data sets. Okay, let's say I have something called as a hotel booking data. Let me try and see if I can ask that a few questions. Okay, let me ask my hotel booking data. Show me the room revenue in Florida in 2019. Yeah, let me ask this question. Oh, I'm sorry, there's an error. I spelled Florida wrong, and it is showing me the exact thing for 2019. Okay, it is showing me the room revenue. It is showing me how has the revenue changed over last year. It is showing me the average room revenue. It is showing me how many booking counts are there. And it is also showing me day-wise heat map of what the room revenue was for the entire calendar year. And there are about 138,000 rows here through which Kia skimmed and gave us this answer in a jiffy. Okay. Now let me ask something else. Compare, uh, let's say, room revenue of Florida, Florida and Hawaii in 2018. Let's say I want to compare how these two territories have performed. Exactly, it shows Hawaii total records 22,000, room revenue is about 100,000. Florida 900, room revenue of 6 million. So that is the kind of information it is able to give from 138,000 rows in a jiffy. That is the beauty of Kia. And you will be able to embed this kind of search bar in any of your enterprise application, and people can access this, whether it's in your intranet or in your customer portal. You will be able to simply embed this and allow people to ask questions, and Kia will be able to help you. Now, let's say we go to the other interface of Kia chat. Okay. Here in Kia chat, I'm asking another question. Let's say I want to see the top 10 cities by room revenue in 2017. Okay. Now it gave me an answer in Jiffy. Now it says Jersey City is the top city, but somehow I get a feel that, this data seems wrong. It could probably be Indianapolis in my view. So what do? I add my colleague here, okay, and I bring him to conversation. So I go call Alex here. Okay, 1 second. I call at this particular answer. I am going and asking Alex. I am calling Alex. Hi, Alex. Type. Yeah. Hi, Alex, and I'm calling him in a simple chat interface. Okay, let me see if Alex is online and if he's joining this discussion. We'll give him a minute. The idea here is imagine today how we share information and share data between colleagues in our team. Okay, we probably take dashboard, copy paste it, send it over email, send it over chat, and send it over probably our collaboration tools, and then try to get an information. The person says, hey, I don't know which data you're referring to. Probably it is a different one. Imagine the kind of delays that go through in and out. Okay. That is something you can avoid. Here is one source of truth. Hey, Alex is there. He's responded. Okay, I see this data is not to my perception. Is Jersey City the top city? I'm just asking him a question. Okay, just you have to bear with my speed of my sorry. I think there's a speed issue with my laptop. But hey, this is what I wanted to tell you guys. You will be able to collaborate. You, your colleagues, your team members, and Kia all will have a discussion in a single platform. That is the beauty of having a collaboration chat window integrated with your analytical tool. That is what we need to look at and see how it is working. Now that I'm asking, is Jersey City the top city? And he'll be able to say yes, no. That kind of information access, it could be immediate, it could be, at one place. You need not shift windows from one place to another. You can collaborate. Imagine, high intense data driven decision making for, teams, large teams. And doesn't make sense for us to collaborate in multiple windows. That exactly is what, Kia can definitely address for you. Let's wait for a moment if, Yeah, he's replied saying, yes, it is. That's it. Any kind of conversation that you want, it happens. Now let's say, okay, now that Alex has confirmed, let me share this on chat, probably to share it with somebody. Okay, despite all of this, I want to share this information probably to my hotel partners. So I will probably first send this to myself in the Google chat window, because it's a behind a firewall, only my company people can access. Then I go to the chat and see that, Kia has already sent me this information, whatever I asked, top 10 cities. It has given me all this information. From here, you can take it to the outside world wherever you want. It is just not about Google Chat. Whatever the collaboration tool that you guys are using, you will be able to access this information. Okay, now let me show you another use case where we can, let me try to cast my mobile screen. I think it's already casted. So this is my mobile screen. I have Kia on my home page. I am opening Kia, and Kia on my mobile is saying already I have these 2 or 3 data sets. Now probably let me take the sales data set here. I am going to the sales data set, and I'm going to ask any question. Instead of me typing, let me say, or I'll ask few questions which are there. Okay, show me the monthly trend of quantity in 2017 by segment. That's what I'm asking. And it says there are 3 segment counts, and this is the change in segment. This is the graph. I select, I'll be able to see consumer, corporate, home office. There are total 3,312 orders. Average quantity is 1,000. There is increase in 26% in orders over the previous period. And there are 3 different segments. That is what we see here: consumer, corporate, and home office. A simple use case of using a mobile and accessing information. And I want to see this trend. Okay, I want to see this trend, daily or anything of that sort. I should be able to access and get that information seamlessly. Okay, I want to change a graph. I should be able to change that. This is what is the beauty of Kia. You want to use it as a simple widget where you can open it to a larger audience for them to access data. Yes, there's a simple widget. Want to build storyboards out of it? Build a storyboard. Want to collaborate with your colleagues through a chat in the same place without shifting windows? Yes, you can do that. You want the information available on your mobile wherever you go, you will be able to access that. You want to share information through your B2B collaboration tools, whether it is Slack or Teams or Google Chat, you will be able to do that. You will be able to do all of that with a single solution, that is Kia. That is the beauty and power of a solution that we have developed for modern day data needs. And I think the new generation will be not very amenable to take and wait for data to come in days and search for information with a complex within a complex dashboard. They need answers at that moment. Habits have changed today. So we need to ensure our enterprises are ready to adapt to these changes and adapt to solutions like what we have in Kia. So that's it from our end. And I'll quickly summarize. It is very easy to get your conversational AI solution up and running in no time. We have our low code platform accelerator called Kia to help you build your conversational insights platform. You can easily integrate with your enterprise app with your smart assistant. And you want to build it once and deploy it in multiple channels, whether it is Google Chat, whether it is Slack, whether it is Teams, you'll be able to do that. Further, you can monitor, measure, and improve the adoption by monitoring the performance and usage. That is the beauty of building a solution like Kia through a conversational AI interface. Okay, that's it. End of our discussion. How do we take it from here? You can ask us how Kia can make a difference in all your organization. We can provide an assessment and consultation. We can offer and build a free POC for all of you. We can also help with solution engineering to implement, develop certain APIs, microservices to connect with your enterprise apps and deploy Kia in no time. Those are our coordinates, hello@purpleslate.com, or you can reach out to me, bharat.s@purpleslate.com. With this, I am bringing it an end to what we spoke about in Kia. Kia is a simple, secure, smart conversational insights platform. It's a language interface. It can understand what you speak, and you can manage to share information within your organization with proper data governance. So it's time for all of you to start loving your data again. Let's have a conversation to help you build such a platform within your organization. Reach out to us at hello@purpleslate.com.